more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Here we are talking about how gorgeous we look this morning, right, in the studio. So good morning. It's Friday, and it is Today with Cachet, and it's Hot Friday. It's Hot Topic Friday, and we're talking all about real estate. Last week, obviously, we had kind of a little bit of a flood going on, so we did a rebroadcast of, but Tiffany, welcome back, Tiffany McPherson, and we have in the studio also joining us Amy Green, and she's going to be talking a little bit. I know last week, or the week before that, rather, we were talking about what was trending. And, I know one thing I want to do is congratulate you. You just sold a home that I saw, and it was one of those that I know that was a major success for you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I said I had to do that this morning.
Yeah.
Yes, just one more.
And it was in your old neighborhood.
It was in my old neighborhood. And so, yes. Can we say the radio did it? Was it being on the show? Was it being on the show? I don't know. Anyway.
I think so.
So anyway, moving on. We dug into trending, didn't we? And we talked about some of the different ways and what was happening in the market. And then we talked about how to prepare your home, how to stage it, and how to get things ready, what to do, what not to do. And Amy's in the studio this morning to kind of dig deeper into how to do that, and probably a couple of stories that have happened along the way, I'm sure. Is that correct?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I'll turn it over to you.
We have fun together.
And tell me a little bit about you, Amy. I'm sorry. Welcome.
Amy Green, and I've been in the Woodlands for about 15 years, and I've known Tiffany for almost 10.
Oh, wow.
And we've been working together, staging and preparing homes for about that long. So it's been good.
Okay.
Yes.
So y'all are like a duo, a dynamic duo.
We are. She's my secret weapon.
Ooh, okay. Well, you brought her out.
I know.
You brought out that secret weapon.
I sure did.
Okay, so tell us, Tiffany, a little bit about, what happens when you walk into a home and you look at it and it's like, and both of you can chime in on this, oh my God, is this something that's sellable? How am I gonna, and you've got a client who's like, I love my home and I don't want to touch it, but I want to move.
Yeah. Well, we do have homes that we go into that, I list and sell homes all the time, and I call Amy when I need her for a special project, but you do have sellers that occasionally don't want to touch anything, and sometimes then we just work with what we have. Maybe it's moving the furniture around, maybe it's bringing in a few accessories to fill it in or change it out, but occasionally we have someone that they've had to learn the hard way. They've had their home on the market, and we've had a couple experiences, Amy and I, where someone has come to me and they've had their house on the market for a year or 6 months or a year and a half or 2 years, and it just didn't work. And they finally said, someone told me at the beginning that I should have done this. Every buyer that came in said they didn't like this. And then we have to look at it and we have to say, then this is what you have to do, because otherwise your house is not going to sell. And it's a hard conversation.
And I think people need to realize a couple of things. Number one, you're moving. Okay.
Yep.
So if you're truly moving and you do not want the home anymore and you've made that decision, separate.
Absolutely.
And then you've hired a real estate agent
Yes.
and the whole team
Yes.
to help you with that. So if you're going to do that and you're going to pay for that and you're going to go through the process and you want your home sold, do it.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, and I have a team of professionals around me. Amy is one of them.
Right.
Who I trust. I'm good at the real estate side of it. I know some of the design side because I know what buyers and sellers want.
Sure.
I know how to present a property, both online and in person. But where Amy comes in, she kind of...
Are you a magician?
She
Are
is.
you a magician?
She is a color magician.
What I like to do, okay, I can be anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I like to do is when I walk in with her and we walk these properties and these homes, it's about photography for me. I'm
okay.
only looking at what is that photography going to look like.
Wow.
And she's
That's a
looking
great
at it
point.
on so many other angles. But my piece of it is how is this going to photograph?
Wow.
Because you have very few seconds on HAR or
Yes.
wherever they're, whatever site they're on, to capture them and get them as
You
perspective.
bring out a great point
Yeah.
because I still, when I'm looking on HAR, there are pictures that captivate me, and I'm like, ooh, I want that home.
you dig deeper.
And then there's somewhere I'm like, and it could be an amazing home, but
Right.
because those pictures, I move on.
Right.
And so
Absolutely.
it's so important of the photography and what you're showing on
Yep.
the pictures.
Yeah, and using the right photographer obviously is important, but we do a lot of behind the scenes hard work.
Wow.
One of the very hardest things that we do is preparing a home for market
Yeah.
because I do feel like it is, you have to the seller has to put their elbow grease in,
Yeah.
we do too, and the result is a shorter time on the market and more money in their pocket, and that is what
The goal is.
that's what the goal is, and when the
Right.
sellers understand that,
Yeah.
they're very happy about it, but
That's
it is
awesome.
hard at the beginning.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial because we got to do it. And then when we come back, we're going to dig deeper into some of these stories. And everyone, do what you need to do. Listen to them. We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your fusion radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Arts Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsartsfloral.com and barbsartsfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Arts Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
H-Town is the most culturally diverse city in America. H-Town Award's sole mission is to celebrate the great diversity of our city. Our artists, citizens, and philanthropists and businesses are second to none. H-Town is the best city in the world, and our people are the best people on earth. Join us in celebrating all musical genres and the diversity of our beautiful city. H-Town Award Show, November 2019. We'll see you there.
For more information, follow us on social media at H-Town Awards or send us an email at info@htownawards.com.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Discipline, respect, and confidence.
The Way Family Dojo.
It's located at 328-1A Tamina Road, Magnolia, Texas 77354.
Our phone number is 346-345-7100.
4 weeks of Taekwondo classes, t-shirt, uniform, and a voucher for one free parents' night out.
The Way Family Dojo. 346-345-7100.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
For any maintenance needs on your commercial or personal vehicle, EVG Lawn Store Service specializes on European, Asian, and domestic vehicles. We can assist you with wheel alignments, tire balance, AC services, computer and electric diagnostic, and more. We're located at corner of 1230 Aldine Mail Route and Reeston Road in Houston 77039. Our phone number is 936-344-1672, or you can find us on our webpage www.evglss.com. EVG Lawn Star. If it's got wheels, we can fix it.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Cachet. It's Friday, it's Hot Topic. We're talking all about real estate and some of the things that go behind the scenes and what we need you to do as sellers and to get these houses ready. And we've got the amazing Tiffany McPherson back in.
Hi.
And Amy Green, who's joining her dynamic duo here is what we have. So we were talking before commercial, Amy, about the struggle that sometimes you go into when you're in, a house and you're talking to the seller and you're saying, hey, I need you to put this up. It's not going to photograph well and things like that. So, dig a little deeper into what that process is like.
Well, I think it's hard when you're walking in initially and the homeowner, they love their home and it's personal, right? So you have to be very careful about your approach and how to say, look, that's not working in your home. This isn't going to photograph well. And so we go through the house and we do a full assessment. We walk through the property and we just go through and decide what we're keeping, what we're not.
Have you ever been in a struggle with a leg holding a vase and fighting and going back and forth and broken?
Yes, because
she said yes.
They're like, that piece of art is so beautiful. Yeah. And yes, it is beautiful. And we love it, but just not.
Put it in the closet.
Put it in the closet and save it for your home. Yes, because what you want to do is depersonalize so that when that client is walking through the door, they look and they can visualize themselves being there.
Right.
That the home is made so that when they walk in, they feel like, oh, I want to be in this space. I want to be here. This is beautiful. Not a bunch of family photographs. That's something, one or two is okay, but when you have a wall full, people can't put themselves in that home because it's taken. So, just kind of depersonalizing that, decluttering. I know you guys all hear that.
We always
hear that.
Declutter.
But really, it's declutter so that they can see the bones of the home.
Well, it's just like anything. Do you want to go buy something that looks like it's so used? Do you want to buy something that looks like it's somebody else's? You go to a dealership to buy a car, and they've got bags and chips in there. There's just no way. You're like, well, I don't want this car. It's the same thing. And imagine on a higher level, a home. Yeah. And that's personal, that's deep, you're living there. So I think what I'm also hearing you say is people need to realize the minute you decide to sell, there is something that has to go on in your head that says this is no longer my home.
Right.
And if you can't do that, you're not ready to sell.
Yeah.
And you may need some help from Tiffany on how to get to that level.
Right.
But then once you've gotten to that level, let you take over.
Right. And just kind of move aside.
Okay.
And so, yes.
Well, we've gotten our lesson today. Get with it, people. Okay. Ivan, you've got some stories you said of a couple of houses. Let's talk about this one.
Okay, so this is a before picture. This particular seller came to me. I had not seen the house in person, and she showed me this picture, and I said, is your house yellow? I couldn't really tell the color of the house. And she said, no, it's this really pretty beige color.
Okay.
I couldn't tell. This was a professional photo that was used to market the home, not by me, by somebody else. And it just, it looked a little sad.
It's very flat.
It's flat. It doesn't,
It looks, and can I use a word because I'm not involved with the person, generic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. To me, it's just a generic looking home. It doesn't grab me.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And so, they had their house on the market for quite a while. They were exhausted. And they were just like, we just don't know what we're doing wrong. And immediately for me, when she told me that wasn't even the color of the house, I'm seeing things. I'm saying, it needs to be pressure washed. We need to put some, something more welcoming at that gorgeous entry that's really not being showcased. Mm-hmm. And we need some different photos. And that was just the outside.
Things like that. Okay, so then
there was a huge amount of overgrowth where we put that little bistro table. This is the after.
I mean, that looks completely different.
Different
to me,
house.
I mean, you know what, and this is more like a gray tone, isn't it?
It is. It's more of like a beautiful gray
And I
beige.
love that. And everybody gravitates toward the gray.
Yes.
Okay.
But you
it's
couldn't see
calming.
the house either because, and I think they had to take that photo so close because the underbrush in the front landscaping was so thick. So we had a landscaper come in. We start from the curb up, and we
Okay.
cleared it out. They
Okay.
listened to us. We put those beautiful potted plants by the front
And look at
door.
the little table. I can go out and have my little coffee in the
I
morning.
know.
Yeah.
We just
it
you
was,
want to create.
It's personalized now.
things,
It's
yes.
got a more.
Well, you could breathe. It felt so claustrophobic. There was so much overgrowth going
Y'all
on.
forgot a great point though. What I'm hearing, and you just said it earlier, is it may take literally repainting the house. So when you tell somebody, I may need to make some changes, it's not just always moving that vase in the closet.
Yeah.
Right.
It gets to the point where you may say, I need to knock down a wall. I need to change the color of your home. And people have to be
Try
open.
not to move
We-
walls.
yeah, we-
I mean, but I'm hearing.
But hey,
I mean,
the sky's the limit, and what has to be done has to
Yeah.
be done. I
Yeah.
mean,
We
yeah.
try to work with a budget. We want to look at what is it going to cost us for the things that we are going to do, and is the seller going to recoup that
Sure.
money? Does it make sense financially? Because we're not designing their home, we're not helping them. We have had people say, "Well, I think I want to stay
Well,
now."
and we have.
We have,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
the goal is, what are we doing? How much do we need to spend? We've got contractors that we work with on a regular basis. We help negotiate that. We manage those, make it as easy as possible for the seller, and we get their home ready for the market, and we get it sold.
Right.
And,
And I
that's what they
think
want.
the other thing that people have to, and this is me asking, is when you're up, there's so many houses. You have to make sure that you do everything, because when I think about myself, if I'm going to go look at a house and I get to be picking and choose whatever I want, and I've got an approval letter for whatever amount of money,
Right.
and I'm walking around looking, I'm going to be like, I didn't want that, I don't want that. So you've got to
Right.
be able to stretch yourself to compete in the market.
Absolutely.
Is that, I mean, people need to recognize that too.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because even though we're very fortunate that we live in such a strong, healthy economy, you still have to, our market is good, but you still have to set yourself apart. People open your closets. They don't usually look in drawers, but they do
I'm
look
sure they do.
where their storage is. So, decluttering, making sure that everything looks good from the front curb to the backyard and everything in between. It's important because they are scrutinizing your home against every other home, and they have the right to choose what they feel comfortable in. You have to show your house off and show why it's special.
Right.
And that was a very gorgeous home, but it just
It needed
wasn't
a little touch, a little
it needed,
facelift.
Yep, it needed a few little
love,
tweaks.
A little love.
Yes.
And I know we have one more. Did we have another before and after? Or talk?
Okay, yes. So this is another before and after.
Another home.
These people did totally take a leap of faith, and they let us do anything and everything. They trusted us 100%. They were very happy.
Look at that first kitchen. It's kind of too dark.
It's very dark, and they said, the walls were yellow when they moved in, and then the cabinets were that honey, so it looked even more yellow.
Right.
And they said, we moved in, we knew the color wasn't right, we just never knew what to do with it.
Wow.
And so I said, we have to paint it, because this was in a neighborhood where homes were sitting on the market, which shouldn't have been, but for 4 or 5 months.
Right.
In Sterling Ridge, where there's
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of young families,
Yeah,
they shouldn't
great.
be sitting on the market. But at that time of the year, we were going into the fall where things were starting to slow down. And I said, we're going to have to do this quickly so we can get your house on the market.
Yeah.
But we are going to have to get rid of the yellow, and they trusted us to paint the cabinets too. We don't always have to do that big of a project, but the before and after on this were so dramatic. And we had 3 offers in 5 days. So
Wow.
it was worth it.
So it just goes to show how important what you do and the team together
Absolutely.
has to be in sync. Because if one's not moving and jiving, if I'm listing my house but I'm not staging it or changing it, I'm not moving.
Right.
If I'm staging it and it's all perfect but I don't have the right real estate agent, I'm not moving.
Right.
Yes.
So you need the
I
yes.
mean, so at the end of the day, the team has to be
Cohesive,
together
and
and make
we-
sure that it's working on every
And
level.
we've gone into homes that are amazingly beautiful, but they still, in order to put it on the market, we still do, we bring in some, fresh florals or different things like that just to make it feel welcoming.
Right.
We light the candles, different things
Oh,
like that, like
yeah,
we talked
the
about last
music
time.
and all that.
But occasionally we do come in and we have to really rework a house.
Right.
but the end result is your home sold.
And you know, the owners a lot of times will be like, "Why are you moving that?" You know, why? You know, and then they're always kind of fighting the system.
Sure.
And then as soon as everything is finished and they're in contract with multiple offers, they're
Or
like,
or the showings start going up.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
wow, okay, this was great.
Yeah.
And they see the vision and it, you know.
These were
Oh,
some
yeah.
really good before and afters. We had to do some painting on that too. That kitchen, all we did was paint the island, and it looks like a totally different
come on.
kitchen.
It does look like a. And did you do any look? I love. Did you put the little?
A lot of the
Yeah, you
staging
did
and the
some staging
vases.
stuff. That made a difference too. To me.
We did some
I can see that.
artichokes, so
I
like
can see that,
live,
yeah.
real things, fresh fruit or things like that.
Was the ceiling the same?
The ceiling was the same.
Okay, I
the
just wanted to
seller
see.
didn't
Okay.
want to paint that because that was a very
It's a beautiful.
expensive
That's what I was going to say. That's very nice.
treatment.
Yeah.
So we were okay with leaving that.
That's beautiful.
But the faux finish on the island, we just changed it to a solid color, and then we brought in some different accessories and we made it feel.
And it sold.
Yeah, it did.
Give me a
It
break.
sold.
And I'm going to go to another commercial, but before that, I'm going to say the last thing that, real quick, and this is more to you, I think the other thing people have to is their price. Know when to go down and when to, because I have seen a lot of houses when I was running through the neighborhood in East Shore that would sit forever.
Yes.
And I know the price was pretty hefty on it, and it was staged, and I would say, well, maybe they're really not trying to sell it.
Well,
but that's the other issue between, you've got to separate from the home. You also have to know when to move on your price.
Absolutely, and it's kind of all of the package, right? So we have to look at the comparables. We have to see what the market is doing. We have to be within the price range because the buyers have to feel the value. Then they also have to get it appraised. But we have to do the preparation. So it's not like we can do all this work and just get an absorbent amount more. But the homes are selling more than the other homes that are not,
Right.
and that is important.
And so the big question is, if you're ready, say you're ready and be ready. If you're not ready, you're not ready. I
Yep.
think that's what I'm hearing. We'll take a quick commercial and we'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your fusion radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
This is E.L. Crane of Real Estate U here each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 91.1 FM The Boss. Remember, that's Real Estate U. Insightful, informative, and a little humor tossed in. Real Estate U, listening live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday at 91.1 The Boss.
There's a special place in the Woodlands where you can feel comfortable opening your business. We are located at 10210 Grogan's Mill Road. Our building has a unique Vedic architectural design with landscape grounds and lakeside views, on-site management, and maintenance. We also provide free Wi-Fi and the opportunity to promote your business on 91.1 FM The Boss. This wonderful location is near the Woodlands Mall, Market Street, and just minutes from Bush Intercontinental Airport. 10210 Grogan's Mill Road, the only social media building in the Woodlands. Don't delay. Schedule a tour today by calling 713-777-7368.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
For any maintenance needs on your commercial or personal vehicle, EVG Lonsdale Service specializes on European, Asian, and domestic vehicles. We can assist you with wheel alignments, tire balance, AC services, computer and electric diagnostic, and more. We're located at corner of 1230 Aldine Mail Route and Reeston Road in Houston 77039. Our phone number is 936-344-1672, or you can find us on our webpage www.evglss.com. EVG Lone Star. If it's got wheels, we can fix it.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Cachet. It's Hot Topic Friday, and we're talking all about real estate. And we have the amazing Tiffany McPherson and Amy Green in the studio this morning, getting people straight. I think that's the key. I mean, people say, "Oh, I want to sell my home. I really do," and then no, don't sell it. I mean, separate. And I think what we've gotten so far out of this segment is number one, say you're ready, be ready, and then at that point, declutter. Start to move away from it and lean on your team. That's why you've hired them, both the real estate agent and the stager, to do it. The other part I mentioned before commercial, which is just something that's been on my mind, and when we're talking about this, is the price. I mean, I think at the end of the day, you've done all the part. It looks amazing. You've doing everything you can, and then you're fighting back and forth about where they should go and when they should drop. How important is that? And I mean.
Well, if we have a seller that's willing to do the hard work, we, look at the comps. They've done everything they can. They've taken our advice. We're going to look at the comparables. We are going to try to get the most that we possibly can. So we'll push the high comps.
Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what our goal is. But we have to be within that number because you can't overprice it where you don't get the showings. You lose the buyers. Or you get a buyer, but then the house doesn't appraise. And so you don't want to have that problem. Yeah. But there's certain things that we do fight for the best price for our clients. And all of these steps, by bringing in these people, it maximizes their return.
But there's also a point where that is done up front, of course.
Yes.
And it's sitting, and you, as a real estate agent, go, you know what? After some numbers have changed in the market, demand has changed, whatever the case may be, I need you to reduce this.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to do it.
Yes. And we have to watch the market closely because sometimes things change fast and we have to be on top of that. So we do watch the market. And when a price reduction has to happen, it's never an easy conversation, but it is to protect the value. You don't want to be chasing the market later on, and dropping it too late. You want to do it, okay, we're going to do all the right things. We're going to price it here. If we don't have so many showings or we're not getting the feedback or the offers, then we're going to reduce the price and setting those expectations up front. So that when we have to get to that, sometimes it does have to. The market changes. Sometimes floor plans aren't what, a buyer desires. Or the location of the home, and we've done everything right, but we have to adjust it to
Tiffany,
attract the right buyer.
You're really good about being real aggressive and kind of on the front end, not reactive, but very proactive with that, so that you're not having a stagnant sitting property for months and months and months. I mean, it's really important that, we're being as diligent on that so that that home is in contract and sold as quick as possible.
Absolutely.
So. And how important, here's another thing that came to my mind. How important is it, where you're out and you're looking, you've got a buyer who's interested in a house, and their mind is so fixated on that one house, and they've been told there's already an offer on that home, but it hasn't gone into pending, so they can put one in and to keep their options open. I mean, how many times do you run into cases where people need to realize that sometimes you have to have maybe 1 to 2 to 3 different choices in mind, because if in fact there's one that's already right there and you put all your eggs in that basket, you can lose.
Yeah, and so there are times where, the market is moving quicker and a seller gets a couple interested parties, and working with the buyer, we kind of help them understand, if we could do this for a seller's house, we can help you find the right house. And so if, we're in an aggressive multiple offer situation and I'm representing the buyer, I'm going to do everything to make sure I try to get their home. But if it's not going to happen because there's already somebody else there, we keep our options open. We look for houses. I mean, we've done whatever it takes. We've sent letters out, to neighborhoods.
Well, I guess it's on both sides. Like if you're a seller and you've got 2 or 3 offers, don't get too cocky.
Yeah.
And don't be like, well, I'll wait for the 4th, and I think I'll go up. Lean on you on that as well. If you say, hey, this is the one you need to take, let's go. And then on the buyer side, don't get so picky where you end up losing what you want.
Yeah, and really what Cachet is saying is basically whether you're a seller or a buyer, you have to be realistic and keep your options open. As a seller, statistically, your first offer is always the best offer. And, you know, we do things that do attract multiple parties as a seller. So we've had many multiple offer situations. And, you know, we look at the offers and we help the seller determine which is the best one. As a buyer.
And go from there.
Yeah.
Well, we're running out of time, but real quick. How does anyone get in contact with this dynamic duo if they want to reach out to you?
So you can reach out to me at 713-594-9639. I'm Tiffany McPherson, and I'm with the Cedar Group at RE/MAX, the Woodlands in Spring. And when you do have a home to sell, I bring Amy in, I bring my other team members in, so you get all of us together.
Awesome, awesome. Well, this is great. We can't stop talking, can we? We're running out of time. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks.